Good morning, everyone. It's Marcy. And I did a little online shopping with Lorna at Tailor Made Journals. I absolutely love her papers. If you've seen previous videos, I showed some of her wallpapers that I absolutely love, and I found her Christmas goodies. So what I've got here is Set 1 Vintage Christmas Ephemera. And there's nothing in here that I don't love. And I've just got this printed on plain copy paper, and I'm not going to flip through every page, but the images are just, if you like vintage, the images are just wonderful. I don't even know what to say about them. So that's what I'm going to be working with today. And this is going to be kind of sort of not really a craft with me for Christmas. What I'm going to do is I've got this, this had paper in it. It was a small box, and I've cut it down, and I'm going to use this to make a finished Christmas ephemera journal type thing, so that as I'm making stuff, I can make pages and have a place to store my finished ephemera. That way I can flip through easily to see what I've got and what I might want to use in a particular journal. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of these papers, and I'm going to just collage all over the front. This I will be using as the back piece, and it does have this triangle cut out. I'll want to cover that with something before I collage over it, but I'm going to put it on the back because I'm pretty sure I'll be able to feel it no matter what I cover it with. So, and I don't want it to bug me. So I think if I put that on the back, it'll work just fine. And this is just for my use, and so it won't really matter. Now, for this video, I don't expect you to watch me tear and collage all these papers, so I will pause the video, I will get my covers collaged, and then I will come back to show you how I plan to put this together and how I plan to use it. Okay, so I got my boards all covered with the beautiful images from Lorna's Christmas Ephemera kit. So that'll be the front, and that will be the back. And on the front, I may want to embellish it further at some point, but honestly, right now, I'm having a lot of fun just reading the little ads and stuff. And on the inside, I used papers from Tailor Made Journals, Songs of Christmas. And I love these two images. This music is from 1901. And I just loved the rough way these papers looked. So I put them on the inside. Now, when I did these, everything I laid down that came across around the edge, I wrapped around. That way I had all my edges covered, and I wouldn't have to worry about the edges peeling up or anything. So then in a couple of spots when I went to lay the music down, there were a couple of spots that the edges were kind of short where I'd folded it over, so I had to add another little strip of paper. Okay, so then I just used my 3-hole punch and I punched holes in it. And the next thing I want to do, just to give my holes a little more security, is I'm going to put little eyelets in each hole for the front and the back. And use my crocodile to do that. Okay, so I got my eyelets put in on the front and the back. And now I'm just going to use these little book rings for, or binder rings, I guess they're called, for the closure on this. And these are kind of small. I may need some bigger ones at some point, but I can change them out whenever I am ready. And if I didn't say so, I will have TaylorMade Journal's Etsy shop linked below, of course. Okay, so very simply, that will be the cover for my little ephemera holder. Now, for my pages, what I'm going to be using is just scrap. I've got a whole bin full of scrap paper cutoffs, printed cutoffs, all sorts of stuff. So I've taken a piece of scrapbook cutoff, I folded it in half and glued the edges. I am going to want stuff that's a little sturdier, since it's going to be, I'm not going to be leaving space for writing space. But I am going to be chalking it full of ephemera pieces. Then I've got this little piece, cutoff piece left over from a digital. And because this is on copy paper, I'm just going to fold it in half. And again, glue the edges. I'm not going to be making see-through pockets. I contemplated that, but that would require a lot more time, and it wouldn't help me empty my scrap box. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to make shallow little pockets or tucks, would probably be a better description, to put my ephemera in. So just because I can't stand it, I'm going to get rid of that white bit, trim that where I didn't cut it as evenly, or didn't fold it evenly. And then I will cut that right there. And then on this page, I know I need the one at the top to be about 4 3/8. I'm going to make it 4 1/2. So, do I have a pencil? So I'm just going to put a couple of little marks so I will know where I need the bottom of that little tuck to go. So nothing fancy here at all. Scoot it to the outside a little bit, since I know I'll be punching holes. So this really is going to be a sort of a junk journal ephemera holder, because I really want to, all the scraps and cutoffs start stressing me out. So best way for me to deal with them is to find a quick and easy use for them, and I think this will suit the bill. I'm not overly concerned about whether my pockets line up, my pockets or tucks. Probably because they're like, these are only 1 3/4 inches, but because I'm not using see-through paper like acetate or a vellum, I don't want whatever's in the pockets to be completely hidden. So then, like these little tags that we made the other day, there's another one somewhere. There it is. I can just tuck right in there, and then we'll just pop that right down there, and those can go in. I guess I should have gone ahead and punched the holes. And whatever paper I use, it doesn't really matter what size it is. For me, the only thing I want is, I do want it to be big enough to have 2 holes punched in it. And I'm using my regular 3-hole punch, which makes things much easier and faster. Okay, so then, actually, before I do that, let me go ahead and put a little something on this side, and that way that page will be done. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind that it isn't matchy-matchy, but I don't think I want that unmatchy-matchy. Here we go. That'll work perfectly. So we'll just take that off. Throw that piece back in the scrap box. Don't know that I want it to be quite that tall. So I'm going to trim that down a little bit. Unless there's a real reason to, probably about 2 inches is all I'm going to want my little pocket tucks to be. Because like I said, I do want to be able to see what is in. I want to have a good vision of what's in each pocket. Or a good view, I should say. I've got a piece of thread stuck to my finger. Seems like I constantly have gluey fingers. Okay. This one is going to have a couple of taller tags in it. So I want that at, at the bottom. Give that just a second to dry, and while it's drying, I'll go ahead and put these back in. So see, by doing it this way, I can't see the entirety of what's in the pocket, but I can get a good enough view to say, oh, yeah, I'm doing snowmen. So let's see if that'll work. Okay, and then over here, we'll put the other two tags that I did using the laminating. And those fit in there perfectly. And open up my ring binders. And just that easily, I've got an ephemera page in. Now, not all my pages are going to be this size. That just happened to be the first piece of scrap paper that I grabbed. But I can use old book pages. I can use anything I want. And like I said, these are the smaller book rings from Dollar Tree. I don't think I have 3 of the larger ones, but I can run to Dollar Tree and grab another package and have some of the larger ones. And as I go along, I can just, as I'm making stuff, I can add more pages, and I'll have an entire Christmas ephemera book to look at. And probably I will punch a hole on here in the center and on the back in the center and tie ribbon around it for a closure, but I can do that another time. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. Probably in my next video, well, undoubtedly, I'll be making more ephemera and stuff like that. And hopefully using some more of these tailor-made journals, digitals that I got, because I'm loving them for right now. But I wanted to get this done. I'd been kind of stressing over it. So just a simple little ephemera folder. It'll be very eclectic looking because I'll just be using scraps. So that's it. All right. Until next time, guys, please be safe, stay healthy, happy crafting, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.